Hi, I'm Logan T. Smith for Opinions Subject to Change, here to talk about Jojo Rabbit. But first, this video is not sponsored by the Fiskars Pro ISO Core short-handled 4-pound sledgehammer. For people that really have no use for a sledgehammer, but want to be able to say that they have one. Jojo is a Nazi, or a Nazi youth at least, in the midst of World War II. His father has been serving for the Germans in Italy, and Jojo lives with just his mother in Falkenheim, a fictional town in Germany. Jojo has one particularly special friend, Hitler. Now, I don't want to tell you much more of the story than that. And I'm not sure how I did it, but I really wanted to see this movie. And I had seen enough promotional material to know I really wanted to see it. But I knew very little about what was going to happen in this movie. I thought I had seen the trailer, but I watched the trailer to make this review, and I realized I had definitely not seen it. And I would recommend not watching the trailer because it contains what I would call major spoilers. So I am going to try to convince you to watch Jojo Rabbit without needing to see the trailer, okay? I'll tell you right up front, though, there are two groups of people that will probably really not like Jojo Rabbit. First, Nazis. They're really not portrayed in a way that's going to align very well with Nazi values. Second, people that can't choke down the idea that some Nazis were good people. Because Jojo Rabbit portrays the Nazis as individuals, particularly the main characters. It is a comedic drama that routinely pokes fun at Nazis, but still portrays them as real people. The movie takes place entirely in Germany, and almost all the characters we encounter are Nazis or Nazi sympathizers. Jojo Rabbit does a good job of walking the narrow path of making sure that the Nazi party is portrayed almost entirely negatively, while still having relatable characters you can sympathize with. I think having the lead character be a child helps a lot with this, because it allows us to see this Nazi child through a different lens than we would watch an adult with. It's much easier to cut a kid some slack. The main characters are portrayed as individuals, but don't expect anyone else to really seem too real. Most of the side characters are pretty cartoonish and have probably intentionally very bad German accents. This is, after all, mostly a comedy. And if you can't poke fun at the Nazis, who can you, really? Now, this might seem like an odd comparison at first, but I think Jojo Rabbit has a lot of similarities to Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Both are comedic dramas that address some serious issues. Now, Jojo Rabbit is definitely a darker and more serious film. But they both focus on sort of a coming-of-age story, where Bueller is focused on teens nearing graduation from high school. Jojo is focused on a kid growing up in the middle of the Second World War in Germany as a Nazi. So it's a little bit different, but they both have a similar comedic style and similar types of character growth. And Jojo's conversations with Hitler kind of mirror Bueller's conversations with the audience. And I think the main difference is that, as far as watching is concerned, is that Bueller can be more of a casual experience where you just watch with some buddies over or you watch at a party or something, where Jojo Rabbit really deserves like a dedicated watching experience. Jojo Rabbit is a film. And I mean that in the most pretentious way possible. It is artsy, meaningful, earnest, and funny. The outstanding use of color, framing, and foreshadowing keep this emotional story flowing without a hitch. And as cheesy as it sounds, Jojo Rabbit can make you laugh to tears and bring you to tears with sadness. It's an excellent film. Now, as one might expect about a movie taking place around Nazis in the Second World War, there is a significant amount of violence. Some is played for laughs, some is definitely not. And there is also occasionally harsh coarse language. Jojo Rabbit is an excellent film, which I highly recommend. I give it a 9 out of 10. This one is worth watching. Now, I would keep the kids away until they at least partially understand the horrors of the war, because not very many of them are addressed here. And if you didn't already understand sort of what was going on in the war, I really don't think you'd enjoy this movie either, actually. And if you're looking for more information and details about the review, you can go to logantsmith.ca and just hit the blog link. Thanks.